Chocks and Chocolates and in between Chocobirds here for another video review. It's a very special one. It's the Cadbury's Wispa Gold Salted Caramel. Yeah, it's a very limited edition, yes. It focuses in there. Yeah, so very excited about this one. Yeah, so it's basically the limited edition hazelnut one not too long ago. And it was basically where they just flavoured the caramel hazelnut. And it just didn't taste very good at all. I wasn't very happy with it. I know some people liked it, I think. But generally, I don't know. I just don't think it was well received. Don't think it was very good. Just misguided, really, I think. Just flavouring the caramel hazelnut, but this one seems a natural and obvious choice to flavour the caramel, well, salted caramel basically. So presumably it's exactly the same, just with salted caramel in there. So I think what the popularity of salted caramel being sort of ever present for the past few years, I think it's kind of a no-brainer to do it this way, really. Yeah, so there we go. So Cadbury Wispa Gold Salted Caramel, yes. So let's have a look at what it says on the back. Anything of interest? Does it say anything? She was just going to say salted caramel Wispa, but let's see. It says textured milk chocolate bar with soft caramel centre, 32%. It's weird it says textured and not aerated, isn't it? It's a 48 gram bar. Does it have palm oil in there, anything like that? Yeah, it does palm. Yeah, vegetable oil. What else is it? It says 32% caramel centre. I guess in the rest of it's, 68% chocolate, I guess. Alright, so you've got the Queen approves there. By appointment of Her Majesty the Queen, Cocoa and Chocolate Manufacturers, Cadbury UK Limited, Bourneville. In milk chocolate, milk size 14% minimum, contains vegetable fats in addition to cocoa butter. On the Fair Trade Foundation, cocolife.org. Got suitable vegetarian symbol there. Got the throw in the bin symbol as well. So it's not recyclable. And carry information under here as well. Let's have a look. So each 48 gram bar contains 240 calories, 13 grams of fat, 7.1 of which are saturates. We've got per 100 grams there. 500 calories on the dot, 26 grams of fat, 15 of which are saturates. So, yeah, most chocolate bars are between 500 and 550 per 100 grams. This one's very much on the lower scale of that. So there we go. That's pretty good. One bar is 12% of your daily calories, assuming you're 2,000 calories a day, I assume. Alright, yeah, so there we go, bigtreerise.net. Yeah, so it looks very interesting. A bit of flourishes going on here, though, I think you'd definitely say. I think definitely got smaller when you take away the flourishes. Yeah. Looks pretty good. I like the sort of light blue surround on the Wispa there. Like a bit of Wispa and some blob of caramel. Doesn't see any salt or anything around, but there we go. Alright, well, I think we should give it an open. Investigate further, so let's do it. Let's give it an open. Right, everyone, going to give this Cadbury Wispa Gold Salted Caramel Limited Edition bar an open. Yeah, this looks very interesting, doesn't it? Looks very nice. A bit of flourishes going on, has to be said. But yeah, so let's give it an open then. So time recording, I've done about, what was it? 950 reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And it's alright to comment on to place all my other reviews, as well as some other Wispa reviews and other Cadbury reviews and things like this. So go check those out if you watch this one. Hopefully enjoy those too. You can see a bit of leakage here, because it's been a bit indented there, this one, for whatever reason. Don't know why. There we go. And I got this from Farm Foods, believe it or not, by the way. I believe they're in Tesco as well. I saw this in Farm Foods. So be very careful because it's a bit warm today, just generally. And there we go. So you can see here, when it's taken out of the wrapper, you can see just how much more of the wrapper there is than the bar itself. You know, it's just a bit ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, I realised that the wrapper wasn't flat when it was the bar inside it, but even so, I think you can clearly see there's definitely a lot of extra room in here. So the little crimp bits at the end, and the space in the bar itself. So pretty, it's not unusual, but it's, obviously it is about, I don't know, a quarter or a third of the bar at least, isn't it really? Alright, so let's give a bit of a measuring, shall we? So I've got the old calipers here, so it's a 0 there, so give a bit of a measure. So it's roughly about 12 centimetres long, 11.8. And the width, of course it's wider at the bottom. Width about 3 centimetres. And the height, that's at the bottom as well. Height about 1.5. So there we go. Yeah, not too bad. As you can see, it's melting a bit on my fingers there. There we go. Yeah, not too bad. But obviously, as I say, at the top, it's a lot, it's a lot thinner at the top than it is at the bottom. You talk about 2.4 centimetres at the top as opposed to about the 3 centimetres or whatever it was at the bottom. So yeah. What was it at the bottom? Yeah, around 3 centimetres roughly. Yeah, there we go. Alright, interesting. Did we do the length as well? I think we did, didn't we? But we did the length. Yeah, we did do around 12 centimetres, we said, didn't we? Yes, but at the top obviously is Not quite as long. 11.5, so that's about half a centimetre. 11.4 actually. Interesting. Well, let's give it a bit of a cut then, shall I? I'll cut it down here, I think, just because it will potentially avoid the caramel squidging at the top. But there you go, you can see there what it looks like. So you've got the lovely aerated chocolate, or layered chocolate, I think is what it said on the wrapper. There you go, lovely caramel top there as well. Quite a thick layer of caramel, you'd say. But a bit of an arch at the bottom, you can see. I mean, look at that. Definitely not filled that great, is it, at the bottom? You know, pour that really. Should be a flat bottom. That. I don't know if it's just this bar, but definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's the case in other bars, but looks a bit poor that. Smells very nice. So it has a lovely velvety smell. The Cadbury's Wispa, has to be said. I can't smell any caramel, salty, caramelly type taste or anything, but yeah, well, I think the proof's in the pudding with the taste, isn't it, really? So let's give it a taste. Very excited for this one. Smells gorgeous, looks gorgeous. Does it taste gorgeous? I'm optimistic. Let's give it a taste. Okay then, everyone, I'm going to give this Cadbury's Wispa Gold Salted Caramel Limited Edition chocolate bar a taste. So very excited for this one, very excited. Very much a fan of Cadbury's Wispa, and especially Cadbury's Wispa Gold. So very excited for this one. I think salted caramel seems to lend itself naturally to the Wispa Gold formula. So yeah, so let's give it a go, I think. So move the old plate a bit closer. So we've got we chopped in half earlier, so a bit of an arch on this one. A bit disappointed with that. Definitely misleading, I think. Don't know if it's just my version that had, or my bar that had an arch at the bottom. Does obviously, I mean, it's a small bar than it should be, really. You know, it's not as tall as it appears to be, but it could just have been scrunched up a bit. But anyway, let's give it a taste. Let's find out what it tastes like. So let's do it. Definitely got the old Wispa Gold caramel taste, but then it does have a definitely a salted caramel taste to it for sure. It's okay. I feel like it's I don't know, it sounds a bit silly. It comes across a bit like it's a flavouring rather than, I don't know, actually salted, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if that's right or not. It feels that way. Might not be. Let's see what it says on the ingredients. How about, what does it say? Texture milk chocolate with soft salted caramel centre. Nothing obvious. It says flavourings. It's got salt in there, of course, so maybe it is just salt. I don't know, but it's okay. It's all right. I feel like it's. I've tasted better salted caramel products. I think the Twix salted caramel is probably my favourite salted caramel product. It's just a regular one. I think maybe even in total, really. It's all right. It just sort of. I mean, it looks beautiful. You can see that it looks gorgeous, really. You know, the Wispa generally is very nice. You know, but so the running caramel there. I think it kind of just, I don't know, the saltiness sort of seems to be a bit strong, really. It's kind of like, I don't know, really. I don't know. I'm not, I don't know what to make of it. It's nice, but I feel like it just adds a flavouring there that probably doesn't really need to be there. I feel like, I don't know, and it feels a bit, I don't know, as I say, it feels like a flavouring as well rather than actually salted caramel, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, could just be making that up. It could just be because I'm expecting that. I've got some kind of preconception in there I haven't really thought about. But it's okay. I'm just not bowled over with it, I think. I think it's probably what you'd expect from it, but I feel like it doesn't really add anything to it having this salted caramel flavour to it or whatever. You know, I feel like it doesn't really add anything to the bar at all, really. I mean, you get that flavour, of course, but I feel like it was a pretty much spot-on bar as it was. Even though the caramel might not have really tasted particularly of anything specific, you know, it kind of added an extra texture, which I think worked really well with the velvetiness and the fluffiness and the texture of the chocolate, you know, and the sort of the bubbliness of it, the, you know, the aerations of the chocolate and things, and just the velvetiness of it. But I feel like, I don't know, adding the salted caramel, I don't know, it just gives it a bit of a, I don't know. I feel like it just makes it taste more, it just gives the caramel more of a caramelly taste, if that makes sense. It seems to sort of, it just seems to be a bit too prominent now, is the gist of it. It's just a bit too much. I don't know. Let's have one more try. And conversely, I was complaining last week that the You get chunky caramel, just didn't really have much of a taste to it. Whereas this one, I feel like it's just a bit too much now. You know, I feel like it was fine as it was. I feel like the flavours and of the caramel and the texture and everything before in the Wispa Gold was fine. I don't think it needed this salted caramel flavour to it, and it's just a bit too strong. It just gives it a bit too much of a sharp, almost like sickly taste almost. I feel like it's just a bit too much. It's just too much. You know, it's it's not unpleasant or anything, but it definitely detracts from the bar. I would say having this extra flavour. It's not unpleasant, as I say. It just detracts from it. You know, it was perfectly fine just as being a Wispa Gold. I think you had like almost pretty much like maybe not a perfect bar, but I think honestly it's a 4.5 or 5 out of 5. Whereas now I think adding this sort of salted caramel flavour to it, I feel like it's just unbalanced it a bit. You know, it was you know, I quite like salted caramel generally, the concept. I mean, it's a bit of a boring flavour nowadays. You see it all the time, but I don't mind it or anything. But I feel like the bar, as I say, was well balanced before, perfectly balanced, pretty much you would say. And I feel like now it's just tipped it over the edge, going a bit towards, you know, detracting from the beautiful velvety, chocolatey taste and the smooth caramel taste. And now you've just got something that's a bit, I don't know, too much of the caramel and just a bit too, I don't know, just a bit too much really. So it's alright, you know what I mean? It's alright. It's just unbalanced the bar basically. So I think for me, you know, the Cadbury's Wispa Gold is a nigh on, you know, 4.5, 5 out of 5 bar really. I feel like this one though definitely it's just not balanced basically. So you got all the issues as well, the flourishes being too much things, but I think that's kind of the case with regular Wispa and things like that as well. But I don't know, yeah, I'm just a bit disappointed I think. But as I say, I think the flavour kind of works pretty well to the extent of the fact that it actually, you know, making salted caramel does work, but as I say, I just feel like it's unbalanced the bar. It's got a lovely sort of smooth velvetiness to it, but all of it is kind of, I don't know, overshadowed or overpowered by that sort of salted caramel taste. It's just too much now, which is a real shame. So all the sort of plus points of the bar are kind of batted away a bit by this sort of strong caramel taste, this salted caramel taste. So yeah, so I guess you do have the sort of velvetiness of the chocolate. It's still nice and bubbly, and you know, has a nice smell to it as well. You know, still got all that going on, but yeah, it's just unbalanced now, unfortunately. So you still got some of the plus points. It's still kind of there, but as I say, they're all just pushed further back by this caramel flavour, unfortunately. So it's why it's a limited edition, not the regular bar, basically. I think, and that's why I say lots of these bars, limited edition bars, kind of come out, and they're quite interesting, but they're generally not good enough to stay about because they don't work in the long term. Just interesting as a kind of one-off or two-off taste, but that's about it really. And I think this is kind of a typical example of that. Just not quite good enough. Yeah, just an unbalanced bar. So I think for me, 3.5 out of 5, just above a 3 out of 5. But I'd definitely say it's above average, but that's about it really. Yeah, unbalanced. Okay guys, so enjoyed that review. Follow me on Instagram, you know the drill by now, I'm sure you do. Check out YouTube Mode Pro, I'm going to put the channel really is, link that's in the description, as is the link for the Discord server. Go to keep in touch with myself and the community. And leave a comment for free, always great to hear from you, it really is, and I always do my best to reply. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and have a great day as well, and I'll see you next time.